I do like her.
But I'm not purple.
Okay,
You can
everyone.
say, look, it's blue.
No, we don't tell them what color it is. We ask them to vote.
Okay.
What color is
What colour is
Victoria's?
this? Is it yellow? Right.
Yeah, welcome to
Welcome, you
another exciting episode
guys.
of Romper Room.
You want to be wrong or right?
Wanna
Happy
be-
or right?
Do you want,
That's
do
where
you
it
want to be
goes.
right? Do you want to be happy, Victoria?
Okay, so welcome you guys from the exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun. Wow, on our 6th of August 2021.
You know what that means, Victoria?
We're 6 days into my birthday month.
So how's it been going for you?
Ace, I've got a bottle of Bailey's. I've got a Terry's chocolate orange. I got 2 little beautiful, like rose quartz hearts.
Yes.
I got to think now, an almond croissant.
Yes.
And what was the other thing with the almond croissant? Oh, bunch of lovely flowers.
Yes. That was day one. I went to the market and we got that.
Not all of those things.
No.
The almond croissant and the
True,
bunch of flowers.
True that.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so it's your manifesting questions answered live.
And we've got a lot of cool kids here, like Triple D Stella, Triple D Valerie, MM Stella, and like all these, like Jess, Triple D Yo.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Triple D Brian, Triple D
Boom.
Shannon, Triple D Sizzler.
That's right.
There's loads. So go to freeneville.com.
That's right. 221 email pseudo.
Random goodness.
That's
Thank
right,
you,
everyone.
Gail. Yes.
Galaxy.
Galaxy, sorry.
Yes, sizzle.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's some dimwit out there that's going, it's $1 a day. It's so much money. Right? Or you could just join that multi-level marketing law of attraction thing anyway.
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, they know who they are.
All right.
All right.
We also stopped telling you, but maybe we'll just say it. Go to easymanifesting.com and check out those, have fun with those free
By the way,
7 easy
don't
lessons.
stop. We get people, they stop and they drop us an email and it's like, oh yeah, they slipped my mind. What were you doing, watching too much goddamn Netflix? Like seriously? Like a couple minutes a day to change your life or Netflix?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Netflix. But anyway.
Right. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right. So, Victoria.
Yes.
Today we have your manifesting questions answered live on today's show.
We do.
By the way, I noticed some of y'all was tagging and bagging other people.
Yeah,
tagging and
good on
bagging.
ya.
That's good because Facebook so far has only shared it with 10 people.
Okay.
Right, and if you share it, now here's the cool thing. Again, we're talking to experts about this, and they tend to say all the same thing. If you comment, if you share, you get notified more. So it blesses you and blesses other people if you tag and bag other people. Or the other hand, you could just pretend you don't fucking know us and not do what we say, and then wonder why nothing fucking changes in your life. That's fine, right? So. With all that in mind.
Alice, good on ya. She shared.
Alice is a share. See, we saw she got a badge.
I know.
That's right.
And Scott's just tagging loads of people.
Yeah,
good
back
on
when I was a
yous.
cop, like sometimes you just told people, "Do you want a badge or a chest to pin it on?" All right. See, anyway.
Okay. All right, so we're going to dive right in.
Yes,
and
we are.
First question is from Desiree by email. I want $2 million.
Now, side note, I made up the dollar figure because she didn't tell me the dollar figure, but I thought 2 million sounded good. I was going to say 6.5 million because that's how many people we have in Victoria, Australia.
Right.
And considering we only have 80 people that have the loogie and we're in a 7-day snap lockdown, that's like 1 per every 60,000 people have the loogie, so we're in lockdown here.
We are.
But more on numbers later.
Okay. So Desiree says, okay, so I'm doing the Joseph Goddard method before I leave home in the morning and during the day for at least 6 different wishes a day. I'm still listening to the prosperity pack over and over. How do I feel that I have the amount of money that I desire? I'm still doing the congratulatory scene and have added in the telephone technique.
All righty. Ready? Who wants to take a guess where I'm going to go with this one? Victoria?
It sounds like, well, I don't know where you're going to go, but what I can see from that is you're doing the Joseph Goddard, you're doing the congratulatory conversation, you're reading the prosperity pack, you've added the telephone technique, like you're ticking off loads of different boxes here of all these things I do, but you take it from there.
So I like that because you're ticking off the boxes
Yeah.
because the money will tick off boxes. So see, for me, the whole thing is, what do you really want? I get it. Right now, here's the thing: there's a lot of money in today's show,
Is
right?
there?
And a lot of people think money's the problem, and I find that utterly fascinating because poor people, and I'm not picking on you, I'm just saying when I talk to poor people, they always say money's the problem, right? I don't have enough money, don't have enough money, don't have enough money. You know, if we only had more money, that would be good. But we don't have more money. We don't have enough money. If we only had double the, and it's like, right. Now you talk to someone who's actually created wealth in their life, and I'll tell you, it ain't the money, right? Your mindset. It's how you feel about things. It's about your day. It's about how you are being in the world. And what I get when I look at all that, and Kadra, you nailed something there. I'm assuming you're talking about what I'm yakking about, is secondary cause. It's like you're trying to force all these things to happen, to force something to happen so things will change. Versus, dreamdrivenday.com, the doors are not open. This is not a grass commercial for it. But this is why we developed that course. The people that did MM, the people that have great lives, they make it about their day. And we found two different ways that people totally screw it up. And they make it about dollar figures, numbers, or concepts. So I started out with my tiny little rant seeming about the loogie here in Australia, right? So we got 6.5 million people in Victoria, Australia, who are currently on lockdown. They can only go 5Ks from home, can only leave for 4 different reasons, and be out of the house for 2 hours a day for exercise is one of them, right? Now, can anybody here possibly relate to 6.5 million people?
No.
Right? Nobody can, but you can relate to 80.
Huh?
80.
80 million?
80 people.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I went to school. We had 112 people, I think, in my graduating class. 40 of them were assholes. That means 80 of them were nice, right? And I was in one of those two groups, right? So you can relate to numbers like 80 or 100 maybe, right? But this whole thing is like 6.5 million. No one can relate to it. But when I break it down, it's like, right, so if we've got 80, let's round it up to 100 because I'm lady. We got 6.5 million, and so we'll round that down to 6 because, again, I'm lady. And it's
lazy.
yeah, lazy, right?
You're even lazy with saying the word lazy.
Exactly.
Yes.
If I'm going to do something, I might as well demonstrate it. So if we take 6 million people and if we divide it by 100, that's 1 in 60,000 people have the loogie. Now, on a typical day at the dog park, I see 30 people. So I'd have to go to the dog park and see 30 different people for like 20,000 days or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So through the
Assuming
lifetime
they're
of,
all different.
assuming all of them are different, right?
Yeah.
And they're not in isolation, right? Because they have the loogie and they have to go to the dog park at least once with the loogie. And it's like, now I explain this to the people that hang out with me, and they go, that makes some sense, right? Swear to God. So this whole thing of big money figures and so on, and why is it hard to feel that real? Why is it hard to understand 6.5 million? And you get the statistics, and it's just like numbers make you nuts. But making it about you and your day, what would be different about your day? Why not just nail those directly, understanding you got plenty of money, right? Instead of making it about numbers. I swear to God, you make it about numbers, you'll get divorced, you'll have arguments, you'll have all sorts of dumb shit happen. But if you make it about you and your life, you actually might find this thing called happiness. So,
Okay.
but more on that as we continue.
More on, yes, that's right.
That's right.
Now, I noticed Sizzler said so Desiree by email, apparently you got the prosperity pack, and Sizzler said he thought lesson 45 was a goodie for this one.
Well,
so
what's because Sizzle's wrong?
he's wrong.
Actually, he's later, right? But we're doing things in order. But yeah, I totally. Right? Like, totally. This is the thing. Yeah, you know what fascinates me? I'm the guy who changed his name to a number. But nobody likes to be treated like a number, right? Yeah, nobody does, right? You are the 17th in queue. Please stay on the line, right? Nobody gives a shit. It's like, I just want someone to deal with, right? Yeah, you want to be treated like a human. And when you make your life about a number, of course it doesn't feel right or natural, right? But, yeah, Sizzle may be wrong, but he may be right. You may be crazy. You may just be the one I'm looking for. Who sung that? Billy Joel. That's right. By the way, you'll notice Billy Joel didn't sing numbers. Billy Joel sung stories. He shared experiences. That's why people love Billy Joel. Right? I mean, imagine if you just did mathematics with a piano. I mean,
Banana.
right? But anyway,
Yep.
how many keys are on a piano? Next question.
I don't remember how many octaves there are. Right.
See, no, she's bringing up octaves.
Thank you, Desiree, for your question. The next question's from Jess in Triple D,
Yeah.
a Dream Driven Day. Fun financial freedom scenes. We've caught it, and Jess
I
asks.
tell you, isn't Jess nice?
Yeah.
I got to use alliteration with her request. So I just went, boom. Dave Bushnell, 88 keys. All right.
There you go. Thank you.
So if there's 99 bottles of beer on the wall and we sing it with the 88 keys of the keyboard and you pass one out and share it around, 87 keys left on the piano. So,
Right.
all right.
Jess asks, what's a fun and different scene that would imply I have financial freedom?
I love lack, especially when it comes to money. What would you lack if money wasn't a problem? You notice what I'm mentioning. I'm mentioning that nasty word that a lot of New Agers hide from. Problem, right? If money wasn't a problem, like what would you do? Like today, like do we have $3 billion in the bank a day coming in? No. But we're going to do this thing called takeaway food.
We are.
Right?
In fact, we said last week, if we go into lockdown again, every day we're going to get takeaway from a restaurant.
Oh, we didn't say that. I said something similar to that.
Yeah, no, I think you did.
No.
I'm sure I would have heard that.
I said we've got local caterers and stuff that prepare
caterers.
these meals.
Yeah.
So like today, one of my missions is to go on Facebook and find these local caterers.
Yeah, that's
that
what
can't
I
do
mean.
functions, right?
Exactly.
And so we'll buy a week's worth of really good food from them instead of going grocery
Not
shopping.
one person. We'll just keep mixing it up. But yeah, I reckon that's an ace idea.
Yeah, so do I.
Cool.
That's why I said it.
Okay.
I don't say things that are wrong. So
unlike Sizzler, is it?
that's right. What was the question?
So the question is a fun and different scene.
So what would you lack? There's going to be something that you lack, and this is the thing. As a consequence of like being fucked with money, right? Yeah. What goes through your head? Oh, I'd do this, but I can't, or like, yeah. You get to imagine something different. What would you lack? And yet, here's the big thing, right? There's going to be an external experience and an internal experience. If money was no problem, what would be different with your external experience?
So what you'd lack, there's an external one and there's an internal one.
Yep.
Okay.
External experience could be buying petrol, right? I don't drive 40 minutes to find the cheapest petrol place. I know people that do. It's like, oh my God, the orange light came on. Well, I can make it 40 miles away to the cheap petrol place. And they don't fucking think it through. Right? You know, they're like praying the whole time to the Jesus to make it to the thing, right?
Yeah.
Me, the orange light comes on, I go, right, I'll stop and see Kyle, right? I go to the most expensive place, not because I'm cool, but because that's where Kyle works, and it's on the way to the dog park.
Yeah.
Right? I just pull over, fuel up, get back in the car, drive away, right? So if money wasn't a problem, what I find a lot of people would lack would be pressure with time. So what would be different with how you experience time? That's part of the external thing. The internal thing is sort of the same. It's like when I talk about peanut butter, how would you buy peanut butter differently? You wouldn't have that internal argument about, is Little Billy worth the good peanut butter or not? You're just like, I love Little Billy.
Sorry, Billy.
Let's give him the good shit, right? Versus the Aldi peanut butter that's made with cottonseed oil. I mean, like I could have used that to patch the old portable disposable hot tub.
Oh.
I mean, it was thick, man. You just spread it on, hardens up. So that's what we got. So that's where I'd play. Notice what would be different with your internal and your external experience if money wasn't a problem. And approach it from that way. Don't go financially freedom. Yeah, that's just a weird-ass concept. Money problems feel fucking real.
So because Jess says she wants something fun and different, so make whatever you'd lack externally and whatever you'd lack internally, make it fun and different, but make it about what you would lack.
Yeah, strippers, right? Yeah, I wouldn't go see the strippers once. Yeah, it's like right. It's like I'm praying the Jesus that one of my friends decides to get married so we can go see the male strippers. It's like, well, you have one come over every week for a party on Mondays. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't go with the cheap one either. It's like, I'll take the cheap stripper, right?
The one that's missing a leg, is it?
Yeah, I like the one with the swirly on the top.
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile,
Cool. Thank you, Jess, for that
um,
question. And actually, you're up next with another question. Jess in Dream Driven Day.
this is going to be so cool.
Imagining my daughter home.
That's right.
Jess asks, how can I manifest my daughter being home with me primarily come September? I'm returning to my school job after an 18-month maternity leave. My ex has her temporarily in primary care, waiting to hear back from the judge. I've done everything I'm supposed to and then some in the 3D world. I don't even know how to ask this question. A scene that implies and nails my end of my family together under one roof.
Alrighty. So, I'm going to start with the first bit there.
Yeah.
How do I manifest my daughter being home with me primarily come September? Ready? Yeah. Can you take her? Right?
Oh, I've had enough.
Yeah, I've had enough. I need a week off.
That's a good one.
Boom, right? What would you
Yeah.
like if your daughter was home full time with you? Probably sanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, right, yeah, you take her, right?
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah. All right. By the way, here's something else I want to notice, right? Starting at the top, we had a number. Money, an amount of money is important to me.
Oh, yeah.
Secondly, we had financial freedom, a concept.
Yeah.
Third, we've got a real fucking story here. It's called a human being, your daughter, right? You want her to be with you primarily. And when you're tired with her, come pick it up. Right?
Eat.
Hey, your daughter is here. Say, take it. You got it? That's the fun thing, right? So when you realize, yeah, this is cool. I can hand you back once in a while. So this is a real story. Notice how long the question was. Compared to financial freedom is a short question. Specific amount of money is a short question.
Yeah.
This is real. There's, you can, you're real. But more on that as we continue. This is so good. Thank you for asking both questions because it really, really, really is going to take it back. Will you deal with her? Am I like this? Click. She's taking after you again.
Cool.
All right.
Taking after you. Chucking a tantrum. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Jess, for your questions.
That was great. I thought it was awesome.
Right. The next question's from Priya on Facebook.
Yes, it is.
Lack of money.
Whoa!
Well, they're all piling in, aren't they?
It's a pile of lack.
And Priya asks, within now and a year, I want to go on a holiday to Hawaii for 2 weeks.
How could it possibly happen?
I want to live in New York City for 6 months to write my next script there.
Oh, that's going to be expensive. They've got rent control.
Oh, wow. Joe Weldon, he lives in New York.
Joe,
He
want a
could
roommate?
he could then direct the film, the script that she's writing.
True that.
Anyway, I want to be able to visit a few theatre shows there, here in London and in New York City. I've sold one script for good money and I got more wishes. They all have one thing in common, money. In my case, the lack of money. If I want to have the kind of money to do what I want in life and have a more luxurious lifestyle, what should I imagine? You mentioned once your imagination was or is I create wealth. How do you make that specific? How can I capture that feeling? Or is it better to imagine something else? Open for suggestions.
Cool. So we've got a lot of goodies earlier in the show. Make sure you watch them too. But here's what I noticed, right? They all have one thing in common. All your wishes. Ready? What was it? What do they all have in common, Victoria?
What do they all have in common?
Yeah. What do they? They all have one thing in common.
Money.
That's what Priya asserts.
Oh.
True. They all have you in common,
Oh, right.
right? But the thing is to go, oh, it's money. It ain't money. It's never money. I grew up in the. This is what I love. So I did a little podcast on addiction this past week, right? And it's the same with money. It's the same with health. I get people that say, "You wouldn't understand, Mr. 20. You've never been in pain. You want to fucking bet? I'll rip your goddamn head off." Right? I've been in more pain than you. I can guarantee it, pretty much. But you've never been poor, really? I remember picking pennies up, right, so I could buy fucking penny candy, right? Grew up on the cheese line. Oh, you've never dealt with addiction, really? Right? No, 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 no.
Well,
You're
it
taking
started to
my
fall
scarf.
off.
Oh
So
no.
you reckon your
I'm no
bungee,
longer
your
handsome.
resistance band is a scarf, is it?
Right? Yes, it's my choke 'em out thing.
Okay.
But here's the thing. People all that you wouldn't understand what it's like to be alone and not have someone that you love in your life. Cut me a fucking break. And here's the reason I say all this. At some point, you go, I'm what's in common with all my experience. Money's not keeping me from having a girlfriend. Not having a girlfriend's not keeping me from being healthy. When you blame anything on everything or anything, it's like when the definition of an alcoholic is alcohol's in the center of the story. For me to talk to her, I need a drink. For me to put up with her talking, I need a drink.
I need a few. Yeah.
For me not to have a drink, I need a 12-step program. To have a 12-step program, well, I got to be tempted by a drink. And it just stays all central around something, right? When you get stuck in orbit, you get stuck in orbit around numbers and concepts. This is universal. Men, women. That's a concept. If I look at her and I go, women, you think I'm connecting with her? I'm just in orbit around a concept, right? Money, right? That's so different than getting, I do create wealth. So does she. What we do enriches our lives, your lives, creates cash flow, not just for us, but for you guys that apply what we do. And you can't help it. But as soon as you go conceptual, as soon as you go, the one thing they all have in common is money, you've just eliminated you. The one thing they all have in common is you. If I want to talk to a girl, I don't need a beer. I need to be me. If I want to, hi, I'm me. I can talk to her. If I want to put up with what she's saying or actually listen and enjoy her, me. It's up to me. It's not like, God, she is talking really fucking fast. I need to get the high octane whiskey, right? No, for me to actually enjoy her, I get to be more me. So here's the thing. All those things, they have one thing in common, and it's you. One thing in common, and it's you. It's you. It's you, Brian. The high octane whiskey. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It always comes down to you. And so what's happening is, you're probably imagining consequence. If I don't have enough money, then I can't go. I love if-then loops. In the old days, I was a computer programmer. Right? I can write all sorts of things in C and C++, and and if-then loops. If this, then that. That is a hellish way to live. Right? If she shuts the fuck up, I won't have to drink as much whiskey. Then I won't be an alcoholic. It's her fault.
Excuse me, yes.
And so on.
Yeah.
So in the end, so is it better to imagine something else? You really get to buy the pearl. That's really what it comes down to. It ain't the money. What do you want? You want to go to these? You just nail your wishes. Just like you nail your Joseph Goddards every day. Just nail them. Be done with them. I had someone the other day mention, I think I would have gotten more from Triple D if I would have done MM first. And it's like, you know what? You would have had another excuse. There's always an excuse. And it's funny because Lisa just popped up. Lisa is doing, Lisa we did a call with, and a lot of you have commented on that video because it was a lovely call. She's doing MM now, after Triple D. She didn't make not doing MM an excuse.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's always excuses. At the end of the day, there's always stresses. Or, at the end of the day, you've got a pile of excellence, and you've got a pile of lovely. So... Boom. Sizzle did MM and DD together at once. See, that could have been an excuse. It's too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Too much. Too much. I hear all the excuses, right? I also say, you know what? You don't need them anymore. As soon as you stop, being an excuse generating machine, life is good. So, boom. Jess said I did MM, the fear package, then tripled the Kadra, doing both simultaneously.
Good one.
All right.
Cool,
Let us
excellent.
continue.
So I'm just going to need to put this leg down.
It's like salad.
It sounds like salad?
Yeah, lettuce.
Oh, lettuce.
Yes.
Okay.
Put some peppers in there.
Okay,
Capsicums.
so that was for prayer on Facebook. Thank you
love
very
me
much.
some of that cheese that we grate up in there. Some of the great cheese.
Yeah.
It's really good. Great cheese is really good.
Even when it's grated.
That's right.
Cool.
It's wonderful.
Excellent. Right. The next question's for Dream Driven Day Sizzle.
Yes.
Lesson 45. The Neville Goddard Prosperity Pack.
You made me get this out. Look at that.
It's starting to fall apart.
We're going to have to put some Gorilla Tape on it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sizzle asks, would you expand upon Prosperity Pack Lesson 45 to be naturally wealthy? Or the way to play with it? I really love it and could use some wiggle room. Thank you, 20M Victoria, for your answer.
There's one little phrase in here I want you to get. You can wear a feeling until it's natural. That's from the changing feeling of I. You can wear a feeling till it's natural.
Yeah, like a old set of clothes.
For a lot of people, stressed out, but what if those are natural feelings? They don't have to be. But what if is not a natural feeling for me? It will show up sometimes. Usually it shows up usefully, but so many people, as soon as you say, hey, you could build an online business, but what if the internet goes away? It ain't, right? But what if my father dies? That's probably going to die anyway, right? And then and you know what else? You got feelings that are natural. You get to notice, are they useful? If not, let them become unnatural and put some new ones in their places. That to me is the cool thing with this, because whatever it is, this is one thing I bring up a lot when I talk about Manifesting Mastery course.com. It's 97 cents a day, or it's actually like $1 a day, $97 program, 90 days. You do the math, so on and so forth. But I want people to get, most of the people watching this will spend $1 a day on something. You could spend it on ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. You could buy it as a gift for someone. You could waste it on a donut, for God's sake. Most people waste more than $2. Tony Doyle, not meaning Tony Doyle wastes $2
Or a donut.
or
Yes.
a donut, right? Yeah, Tony's probably not a donut waster.
Never waste a donut.
Never waste a donut. Not around this one.
Yes.
But this is what's really cool. Whenever you really, really get, it's natural for you to spend money. It's natural for you to, but what are you spending it on naturally? What do you cringe about? Oh my God, it's so much fun to just be entertained by yourself. You can do this with any feeling. A lot of people get really uncomfortable if they've got $1,000. They try to find something to blow it on. Right? Can you walk around with $1,000 in your pocket? For how long? Without buying something stupid. Right? And then buying something you'd enjoy instead. So that's where I'd play. That attitude money game? So, but more on this as we continue.
Okay, more on this as we continue. So that was for Sizzler. Thank you very much for your question.
If you watch some of the really, 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 really early videos, I didn't swear much. I don't know if I swore at all when we did these on Google. Remember, you'd come home for lunch every once in a while,
Yeah.
and I'd plop you in front of a microphone, and I'd talk, and you'd stare.
I know.
It's sort of like
open my mouth.
It's more like the more Victoria talks, the more I swear on a show. Right? Correlation, right?
Wonder why.
Yeah. If only she talked less, I'd swear more, or the other way around, right? So talking about secondary cause, but it's funny because the more I feel natural in front of a thing, the more me shows up. So many ways to play. And notice secondary cause. For some people, it's so natural to feel their secondary cause about everything. Boom. All right. Dennis says, buy it from 2020. Boom. I believe you guys are talking about the prosperity pack. There are people reselling my stuff, right? And I go out there and I find them.
Every
Sometimes I
now and
tell them
again
to
we
stop,
find them,
right?
yeah.
But it's really, really funny because so I had somebody buy manifestingmasterycourse.com off of somebody else, right? And so they sent me their update. And I said, hey, yeah, Ginger, hey, I'm really sorry. Could you help me connect your email to your order? Because I don't see you in my email database here or on an order database. And she's like, I thought we were supposed to send her updates. Yeah, you are. But I'd like to connect your name with your purchase.
Yep.
Yep.
Never heard from her
Yeah,
again.
never heard from her again. She got the course from someone, but she missed the gold,
I
right?
couldn't believe that company that had just about all your products up to buy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just
Yeah, they got a few letters.
take them down
That's right.
now.
We had a guy in the UK. This has happened more than once. We had a guy in the UK reselling stuff, not just mine, but other people's. And so I reached out to him, and he says, I feel I've got the right to. I'm in college, and I'm having a hard time. So I called up one of my guys and said, go over and take a few photos for me. Right?
Of his front door.
Yeah. So he didn't hide his website, his address. So I tracked him down, sent one of my guys over to take a few photos of his front door, his car, so on and so forth. And it's like, do you really want to fuck with me? Right? For some reason, he took my shit off his site.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cool.
boom.
Excellent. So, Sizzler, thanks for your question.
Boom, boom, boom in the room.
So, the next question's for VP on Facebook.
Yes, it is.
Double my income. Still not happy.
Still not happy.
And VP asks, I doubled my income a couple of times, but the more I double them, the more I want more. I want to be wealthy and not keep doubling my income. I want to enjoy freedom and don't need to look at my bank account. Even I got more, but I never feel enough. 1 million is nothing to me, and I keep wanting more. I'm tired because I never feel enough.
I'd encourage you to double the amount that you enjoy money or anything. See, here's the cool thing. You always have internal and external experience. External experience being physical experience, right? I've got this experience of puppies, right? And 2 puppies are fun, but what if we had 4 puppies? Wouldn't that be twice as much fun? Right, my question...
We wouldn't be able to sleep at night because they'd all take over the bed.
Yeah, my question is, where would Victoria sleep?
All right.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
So now here is what's cool. I would have never guessed. I mean, like when we got Emmett, it's like the amount of love that came from our home just really went up. When we got Emmett and Bruce, same thing. But also, 2 dogs is like 10 times the struggle at the dog park, right? And it's not a big deal. But the thing is, if I base happiness on how many puppies there are, it gets a little weird. You know what I mean? On the other hand, there's that internal experience. And at some point, you get to explore that differently. And I think that's a biggie because no matter, I mean, I know a guy, he's worth 20 million bucks, right? He invented something, got $20 million, and last time I saw, he was driving like an old Dodge station wagon because his wife wouldn't let him have any money. Yeah, because she was keeping it all safe from him, whatever the fuck that means, right?
God.
And it was interesting talking to him about the whole thing because it was like, right, you really don't have access to it. You don't enjoy it. You got a lot, and he had a couple other schemes going on. And in the end, it's like he had no richness in his life. So, it sounds to me like you got money fairly taken care of. I mean, if you've doubled it and a million's not enough, whatever. All right. I mean, like, keep doing that. Have your accountant pay the fucking bills. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can do that. But at some point, you get to realize you can double your income, and you can also double something else. You can double the amount of fun that you have. I mean, like, how much do you enjoy $10? How much do you enjoy $100? How much do you enjoy 10 minutes? You just really, I think the big thing is if you're chasing happiness through a dollar figure, you're never going to have enough. Again, I'm big on more. I mean, I like watching our stats grow and all that good stuff. But the whole thing of like, if I spend 8 hours a day with Victoria, Yeah, I'm happy. If I spend 16 hours a day with her, I'm twice as happy.
No, no. I'm joking.
But we really do get to have like time where we both do our own things and so on. But if you do the math, like I can remember as a teenager actually thinking if I spend more time with her in my life, we'll be happier. And it doesn't turn out that way. You know, it's like you get to explore like some different things.
So VP, has this person done Manifesting Mastery?
Yes.
Have they done Dream Driven Day?
I don't want to say because I'm not using this one with permission.
Oh, okay, fine.
But I'll say when you make it about your day.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm
really
thinking that's where it's perfect. But yeah.
One more thing. A lot of people say, "Well, I've done Triple D. What do I do next?" Why not do it again? We've had a lot of people do it multiple times, and they get different things out of it because they're different people. Again, you can do it again on your own. You can do it again with us. But if $1 million isn't a big deal, why not do it again? A couple $100, no big deal. Next one opens up in September, October.
Yeah.
Boom. But you got to make your life about you and your day. If you make it about your dollars, fuck, you will never be happy. I can guarantee that. Doesn't matter how many you got. Seriously. I mean, like, yeah, I just paid cash for a $10,000 car. Well, yeah, I want to. That's not thrilling me. I want to pay cash for a $100,000 car. I want to pay cash for a fleet of $100,000 cars. I just, yeah. All right.
Yep. All right. Excellent. So that was for VP on Facebook. Thank you very much for your question.
By the way, notice again we're playing with consequence here. It's still not happy. It's like happiness is not a consequence. Happiness is something different. But more on that shortly.
I reckon the last sentence just nailed it for her. Well, what's going on? I'm tired because I never feel enough.
Yeah.
Like, never feel. Yeah.
By the way, yeah, it really says it all. I'm
Yeah.
tired because I never feel
Enough. Yeah.
enough.
Definitely.
Oh, I saw something about DDD and Great Sex, I believe, from Darkery. By the way, it was Mark Darkery's birthday this past week.
Dark mockery.
And I saw something where, yeah, Dark Markery. Yeah, and I saw you got reunited with his twin brother. You have to share the photo.
Oh, ace.
It was a goat, but he looks like a goat.
It was a goat?
Yes.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm always misreading things.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
You have to look on his personal timeline. You'll see the goat. It's really cute.
Okay. And the last question today is from Shannon on Facebook. I have a cough. Shannon says, any suggestions on seeing myself healthy? At the present moment, I'm experiencing a cough and breathing issues and a weird heart shit with some dizziness. I imagine telling my friend I was feeling much better, but maybe I need something more fully healthy. My brain is a little foggy, so I'm not super clear on what to imagine. For your information, I've already been to the doctor.
All right, so I'm going to do a little neurolinguistic programming on this one. All right, this is really
Okay.
good. Any suggestions on seeing myself healthy? So let's talk visual, right? So at the present moment, I'm experiencing problems, cough, breathing issues, weird heart shit, and some dizziness. Let's call that kinesthetic. I imagine telling my friend, auditory, I am feeling much better. Maybe I need something more fully healthy. My brain's a little foggy. I'm not super clear on what to imagine. Cool. I get the imaginal are primarily, so you're asking questions about I'm not clear. How could I see myself as healthy? What I hear myself saying, right? How would you see? I don't know what your primary gig is, but let's say you like power walking in spandex
Primary
or something,
gig.
right? So if you like power walking in spandex, and if you didn't have this cough, I mean, how would you feel if you went power walking in spandex today, like for 5 miles? When you get back, I'm sure you'd feel maybe a little sticky, like you know what I mean?
Sweaty. Yeah. Okay.
Sticky and sweaty, that kind of thing. Streaking, yeah. See, Jess got it there, I think. So if you didn't have the cough, I'm like, some of us like to run around naked. I am a fan of running around naked. Like in the woods especially. Yeah, when there's a full moon, just wonderful times. Lots of memories, right? So, but there's a feeling, right? So what I notice you're leaving out is a kinesthetic feeling. Yeah, what would because the Western Gate here, the feeling's all occupied with cough, breathing issues, weird heart shit, and some dizziness. Your kinesthetic is all occupied with the problem. And the questions like, how do I see? How do I hear? Right?
All right.
This is what I want. I want you to find, again, what is the thing? Again, if it's power walking in spandex, so in a hot summer sun. I mean, like,
Yeah.
yep, sticky wicket. What's
Cool.
that feeling gonna be? What's that feeling gonna be, right? And I suspect that's gonna be the key for you nailing that knowing, right?
Mm.
Just that.
Mm.
Yeah, boom.
Mm.
I
Cool.
love at manifestingmasterycourse.com. We've got a lesson and it's holding hands. And I can't remember exactly what I put in the recording with that. But if you look at the photo there, it's two fucking grubby hands.
Yeah.
Mine and hers, right? And I intentionally used that photo. Because I could have done the Victoria, why don't you clean it? And then, and then I'll put mine on it, right? But
Yeah.
what I love is her. Yeah, and her in the garden and that she's just beautiful. Yeah, grubby, filthy.
Yeah.
Right? And when I hold her hand and have that emotional, that kinesthetic feel and that like
Of
yeah.
grit.
Yeah. Because she's probably
Yeah.
been in the garden doing her thing while I'm doing my thing. Yo, Mal, Triple D.
Mm.
Ashley is here too.
Mm.
And it's like, that was a real photo. There's so much to that photo versus like, here's a couple holding hands.
Yeah.
It's posed. You can see a big diamond. That implies we're married.
Yeah.
It's like,
And wealthy.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly, and
Yeah.
wealthy. That's right. So, just gonna toss that in there. Down and
Mm.
dirty, says the Doyle.
Yeah.
Down and dirty Doyle.
Cool. So
So,
that one was from Shannon.
shanna na na
Thank you
na
very
na
much
na
for your
na na na.
question.
Yeah.
And now what we want to know
Oh,
is
here she goes.
tell us what was your hashtag strawberry bit?
All right, Victoria.
I liked make it all about you. Your response to well, it doesn't have to be that person anyway because they're all about that.
Yep.
But how if you make it about I want this. Sorry, well, I think it was for prayer you were saying that too. But I want to be in Hawaii. I want to just it's all things and make it
Make it you.
you.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was my hashtag strawberry bit. What about you?
My biggest thing as I watched the questions come together was the whole thing of noticing how easy it is to get in orbit around nebulous things like numbers and concepts. I need this much money, financial freedom. The Priya's was real specific. I want to live in New York City for 6 months. I want to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just want to. Yeah, if we went to Hawaii, I just want to go and have had a great time. It could be overnight to go visit Jeff Nash and get back in time to feed the puppies. Right? It could be that we've got some sort of travel exemption where we could take the puppies with us and be there for 2 months. I don't know. Right?
Mm.
And let Karstens, we love Karstens, take care of the joint. Right? But here's the cool thing. When it's not about the numbers, when it's not about the nebulous concepts, when it's about you, because I guarantee what always happens, it's the number, what's the number of money that I need to do the 2 weeks, the 6 months, it's you. So that's mine right there. Because
Cool.
when you insert yourself into the center, you're no longer in the orbit around the nebulous.
Yeah.
And it also eliminates addiction. So, boom.
Cool.
Double your adventure, says Tony Doyle.
Cool. So that was our hashtag strawberry bits.
Yes, it
While
was.
you type in yours,
Again,
go to freeneville.com,
221 pseudo.
random goodness. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yes, I concur on that.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Feelitrealfun.com.
Have a great weekend, you guys.
Oh, Victoria.
We will.
That's right.
Sun's almost out, which is nice.
That's right.
Okay.
Sixth lockdown, 7 days, 6.5 million people. 80 of them have the loogie. Comes to 1 in 60,000. 30
Yeah.
people at the dog park for 2,000 days. How many years is that?
Okay.
Wow, that's one old fucking dog. Like,
one old fucking dog.
Oh,
If you're only taking them to the dog park, that is.
yeah, one old dog.
Okay, you guys. See
They're
us.
just numbers. They do my head in. The numbers are bad. Who said that? Lost.